Excellent. So we've got a bit of a hill to walk up now. Fortunately, it's nice weather. We'll try and go not too fast so we don't all get heat stroke before we even get into the mine. That would be ideal. I've mentioned it to most of you already, but if I haven't, if there are any medical conditions like asthma, epilepsy, diabetes, dodgy joints, or just any allergies, you know, you don't want someone to whip out a peanut bar while we're in there and suddenly you're having anaphylaxis. Just pull me on.
If you are allergic to nuts, because I have nuts.
Yeah.
So.
If there is anything like that, just pull me or Amelia aside and let us know, because we are, you know, a few hours away from medical help underground. And that said as well, any medication you might need during the day, like EpiPens or inhalers, make sure you do have them with you. All happy with that?
Yep.
Excellent.
I didn't catch both your names, Amelia and
John T.
John T.
Yes. Cool. So we'll start walking up now. It's a bit of a steep hill to start with. I promised Amelia I'll carry her bag halfway. You good, guys?
I'll load my pockets out more often.
They were mining slate, so that's what all of this is. And this is just leftovers. What they were trying to make is slate roof tiles, and they'd be aiming for like big fridge-sized blocks of slate that they could split into dozens of tiles. Anything that was too small to bother processing, they'd just dump. And if there were impurities like iron, or if the layers in the slate weren't flat enough, or wavy, or just the slate was too soft and, you know, not hard enough, they would dump it. And for every 1 ton of roof tiles they produced, they made 9 tons of waste rock. So really waste inefficient, but they weren't trying to, you know, save on waste. They were just trying to make as much money as they could as quickly as possible because they were getting paid for the finished product. So anything that was no good to them, they just get rid of on the slopes and just keep working more. Nowadays they do have uses for it. They can grind it up into silica dust, and they use that as a filler in cosmetics and toothpaste just to bulk it out. And they can use it as an aggregate in, you know, concrete or just gravel as well. But all of this is now UNESCO World Heritage, so it's just to be left as it is, as like a part of the history and the culture, which some people think is an eyesore, but if you know a bit about it, I think it's quite nice. Managing things with some bushes out the front as well, so we didn't have to look at all the peasants.
Oh wow.
That's quite a nice view though.
Yeah, it's actually quite beautiful there. Last minute before we kit up. Now's a good time to go. The bush is on the right, quite well. So the first time, all this stuff at the front, just safety stuff, we explain what we do with this when we're actually underground. So now just know it's the front of the harness, it's not like a tail. If you climb, you need to go over, you've seen these harnesses before, but explain if you haven't. So they go on, a big pair of trousers, just through the big loop, into the little leg loops, and then you want to pull them up really high, think like Simon Cowell kind of style, nice and high, soft fit in between your ribs and your hips, that's where we want this to sit, yeah? Really easy to tighten these ones, you just need to pull the tail. If you're struggling, you know, buddy up, get someone to hold it, someone to tighten. So you're getting that one nice and tight. Do not worry about making these really tight, these leg loops, yeah? What happens if these are really tight is they pull the whole harness out. Bad. No one has ever fallen out of a loose leg loop, they're designed to collect. If your waist loop is rubbish, we're not having a good time. So really focus on getting that waist loop high and tight. Make sense?
Yep.
Yep. So So the other style we've got here, you get that into that. So you just go the other way so you lay it nice and flat.
Excellent. And pull up on that for me. I'm going to tighten this.
No, we can make these a bit more the same size. Maybe some of them.
Just straight up.
To me, this looks like a butterfly. Body, loosen, wings tight. Chin strap, you've probably all seen a buckle before. So just clicking it together, get it a sort of tightness where it's not, you know, coming off, not dangling around, but you're not being choked. Happy with that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Now you know. Excellent. So, do you want to follow me over here? You can feel that cool breeze coming out already. That's an indicator of the nice cool temperature inside. When we get in there, everywhere that we're going to go has been inspected by mines engineer and approved as safe for us to use. And the unsafe places will also be quite close to us. A lot of those safe and unsafe places are right next to each other. Where they would bring the slate out from. So there are many of these around the mine, and they're all sort of lined up. The system they use was called chamber and pillar being a wall, and generally they'd have a long tunnel on one of the mine floors, and along that tunnel they'd have chambers just next to each other, and ideally the pillars, the walls in between, would be about the same width as a chamber in order to maintain the structure of the mine. Even better would be if they could take the walls out and get the good slate in there, but if they did that, the whole mine would just fall down because there'd be no support. Nowadays they can actually do that. They'll start right on the surface, take all the topsoil up and just come down and take out all the walls and floors that are remaining in the mine and just leave you with like a big open cast quarry. So, does anyone know anything about how slate was formed? No? So originally it was a sedimentary rock, which means just layers of like mud and small particles of rock that were laid down on the So this is an incline. This is where most of the slate from this vein would have been brought out. So as you go down here, you've got those levels, those tunnels going off to either side with those chambers lined up. And this goes down about 5 floors now, so you've got 5 sets of those. And they would have had, you can see as you go down, some rail tracks. And they would have had wagons coming in from those tunnels either side, which would be winched up by a steam-powered winch behind us there, later changed to electric, but for the main part steam. And that would then be taken out to the dressing mills on the surface. And the miners weren't allowed to walk up and down here because it was hazardous, or so they said. When the important officials or inspectors visited, they'd get rides in the mine carts. So double standards there. But yeah, if you were caught walking up and down here, you'd be penalised. The miners would dig their own ways through the mine, called manways, which are little tunnels that just sort of avoid things like this. We're going to go down here now. No carts to ride in, unfortunately, so we'll just walk down. And as we go, the best place to stand tends to be in the dirt and the gravel. shiny sort of polished pieces of slate like that. They look nice to stand on, but you can just slide right off them because they can be quite slippery, so try and avoid those. And use the ceiling as a handhold if you like. You want to follow me down? So you can see on some of the walls actually, you can see all these layers of the slate. So this bit is actually quite poor quality because the layers are all kind of smashed and mangled. But this is actually called the cleavage plane, which is separate from that original sort of sedimentary layering that I was talking about. So the pressure that's applied over those hundreds of millions of years, that is what determines this cleavage plane, which is where you split it. And if that pressure is uneven, if you've got like, you know, a lot more weight over here than over here, you'll end up with like waves and distortions in the slate, which means it's no good for a roof tile. Or anything that's just kind of like crumbling like that as well as it's no good for tile as well, because you want it to be solid and hard and waterproof. Alright, we're going to carry on down. If you guys cross over to this side as you get to the We are now on B-floor. We've come down 2 floors, which is about 40 or 50 meters elevation. We're going to get all the way down to E-floor today, so another 3. But now we're going to go up and we're going to take a sideways route, following all the fun stuff down to the bottom. What you see here, this is called false floor. So the miners have put these in for a variety of reasons. In this case, it was so they could bring mine carts between this tunnel here and the incline over here, so we can bring that slate back. And originally, it was really strong, really good. The beams would be made of Canadian pitch pine, and the planks on top probably, you know, like English oak or something like that. And the trouble with these is, put your thinking hats on and pay attention for a minute. Right, so this is what's going to keep you safe. Anytime you see one of these, it's going to be next to a really big drop or something else you don't want to fall into. So anytime you see one, you're going to clip onto it with both your clips, and you're going to do that right at the beginning of the rope. If you imagine there's a big clip over there somewhere, I'm going to be clipped on before I get to it. When you put your clips on, just have a quick visual check of them to make sure they're closed and they're on the rope. Sometimes they might sit just open like that. Can you all see that? Yeah? If that happens, just give it a nudge and it'll shut. When you close them, try and snap them shut and get that clicking sound, and that'll really help them along, okay? Once you've clipped on and you've kept, you're going to take hold of the rope in your left hand, in this case, and just push them along like that. What we don't want to see is that's a very, very bad thing to do. See how I've taken both off there? Suddenly you're over a big cliff with no clips on, okay? Doing it exactly like we showed you all day. There's no other safety systems, there's no nets or anything like that, so this is what's standing between you and a 20-meter fall down to the ground, okay? So take your time, there's no rush, do it right and you'll be absolutely fine, okay? Now, a couple of things not to do. Don't get yourself into any positions like this, or in the middle of your 2 cow's tails, like that. Don't wrap your arm around the rope, because if you fall on that, it's going to be very painful, potentially break it. And a really popular one is to put your arm over the rope like that, which feels really safe and locked in, and it looks okay, but if you fall on this, you can actually dislocate your shoulder. So really you're trading the perceived danger for a real one, okay? So if you are tempted to do that, it's because this rope is quite wobbly sometimes and it can feel a little bit more unsafe. If that happens, if you hold on near the bolts or the knots, they move around a lot less and it just feels a lot safer. Everyone happy with that? Great. So we're going to go around the corner now and do it for real. So if you want to get your cowtails out in your hand, ready to go.
I think your name might be the one I mispronounced today, so I'm pretty sorry about that.
You just stand here and do the chain.
Yeah, so yeah, just one grip at a time, just hold it onto the rope. Oh, this tape is good enough.
You sure, yeah?
Just the, I know, it's actually just my breath, because holding here, really has gone on as well, so you can just feel with that. Yeah, you just get back.
Okay then.
He's watching you go across. You can see where all the footholds and the handholds are, and then just follow on across. And as you do go across as well, you're just going to be using the rope to hold on to. Don't bother with any of the tape, it's quite sharp and slippery. If you guys just watch me until I get to that first ledge, and immediately we'll tell you when to follow on, okay? So you can see how I'm holding behind that knot there. Just stepping down to these pins, and then you can reach your hand up again, right up that knot up there.
In particular, just look where Jonty puts his feet here.
Okay.
Cool, it's the first person that can start following on. Click on straight away there.
For me, I'm going to clip this onto your waist. There we go.
Just
And
gonna
that
take
just
off this one, oh, it's fine.
That you can leave that on. That's all right. So this just screws up like that.
Okay.
There we go. I'm going to put these away. There we go. Great. And now you're going to come over to the edge here. Hold on to that knot there. There we go.
The jump.
That's it. So face into the wall. Spin around. That's it. And then sit down into the harness for me.
Okay.
That's it. There we go. Sit all the way down. Get your weight in your leg straps. There we go. That's it. And just release your arms a little bit. There we go. That's it. Now you can lean back. There you go. I'm going to lower you gently a little bit. And as you come down to that ledge, I just want you to get one of your hands out and put it between your feet on the edge, okay?
Where? Sorry.
So So put one of your hands just on that rock there.
How?
Just over, on top, through your legs there.
Like this?
That's it, and put it on there.
Here?
There, that's it. And just push on it as you go past, okay?
Oh gosh.
So,
Push.
use either hand. Yeah, so get a hand now on that corner. There we go, and just push on that as you go past. There we go. That's it.
Remove. Yeah.
Teaching you how to haul them up because you unfortunately don't get a free ride. So we're going to teach you how to haul these up, and then we're going to be lowering down. Anyone know what floor we're on now? Close. Kind of.
Pick the letter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to do it, isn't it?
We'll go D then.
With C. So either side of it. So we're on C floor, and Goliath, what this is called, is going to take us down to E floor. So this is also our kind of slowest part of the day. This activity generates the most amount of fat, but that's kind of good because it usually hits to the point people are starting to get peckish. So if you find yourself at the back of the group, good time for a snack. I know we're a bit early for a proper lunch stop, but you can have like a bit of your lunch here, and then the people who come down first. So. Yeah. But one at a time.
Yeah.
We're going for a full house at the sea. That's it. So still one hand per your clip. So you had both your gates open there.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't realise it's just your brain trying to speed it up for
Of
you.
course.
So keep a hand on the rope and a hand on your clip. Then I can video you. I'll ask her to go in front so I can video you.
Yeah.
And then,
Good. And just keep stepping down for me. Don't just sit straight down yet. Excellent, you can leave that there now. It'll hold as well if you let go of it. Right, there we go. Just get you to hold that again. There we go. Yeah, sit down all the way. Shuffle yourself off that edge. There we go. Okay, so we'll start feeding this. That's it, all the way. There we go. You're going to have to shuffle yourself past that ledge there. So shuffling. There we go. That's it.
Hi.
So if you just stay sitting in the swing,
Sorry?
stay sitting.
Yeah.
Even when your feet can reach the ground, just stay sitting. You're going to end up a bit closer.
Cool. So,
Cool, if you take these. And now you're going to step forward. It's going to flick a little bit, but you just let it go.
yeah, thank you.
Oh, there you go. Ready, off you go.
There you go.
Good job.
This should give
What we do is we treat them like a continuation of the clip line. So your clips are just going to move one at a time across, like you've been doing. You're then going to make a nice little gap in the middle, and that's when you need your trolleys. Your trolleys are a little bit different to ours. Ours are a bit safer than yours. The main difference is we can drop ours. You can't drop yours, but they work the same. So you're just going to hook yours over the top. So it will look like this. And then if you look at your trolleys, you will see it's got some nice little horns in it. Yeah, those horns are great because the carabiners just rest. And once you've got that set up, the only place we want to see your hands is on these 3 ropes, yeah? Holding here. No hands on the cable unless we directly tell you you can do that. When the trolley is moving really fast, think pizza cutter hands. It's not going to be nice. Same goes with hair, beards, toggles, the lot. Just keep it out the way of the trolley, or the knife's going to come out and it's going to be a free bad haircut that you probably don't want. So just hands here. Each zip wire in this mine has got a personality of its own, so release is a little bit different. This one's quite friendly, so a nice gentle job will sort you out for this one.
We have with their cable there.
Step on that.
There we go. Excellent. So wait there a minute now, just until the other side is clear. And when you're ready, just take a nice little jog off the edge. Okay, go ahead and clip onto the cable there. Great. So, there we go. Those are going to pop on top now. You don't need to open them, just lift them, that's it. Cool. And then you're going to take hold of those. That's it. Then you can look straight ahead. And take hold of the edge. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice one. So this side, your trolley comes off first.
This one?
Trolley comes
Trolley,
off
that's
first.
right.
If you pick them off the horns, it'll be hard to get off, so you're going to have to pick them off. Leave that, and then one at a time. Nice one. Clear.
Get back the trolley, yeah?
He's going to get dangling. Oh, coming in hot.
How was it?
So this side.
Okay, so come right to the edge. That's it. Sit down in the harness. There we go. You want to face forwards, legs out in front. There we go. There you go. Cool, go ahead and clip on. Just wait there a minute. That's it. There we go, that other one as well. Now get hold of those, that's it. You're going to come to the edge, sit down, lift your legs, point them forwards. That's it. Let go of the wall now. There we go. Alright, ready to clip on? Nice one. Come forwards a little bit. And then just wait there a second. It will come down. Okay, pop that on. Nice one. There we go. So you can hold on to all of that. Come to the edge. That's it. Sit down in the harness. That's it. Point your legs forwards. Lift them up. There we go.
Cool, so you can now use the wire here to pull yourself onto the ledge. That's it. And then you can undo your trolley and then clips onto the black rope.
already wet again.
Yeah, not touching the ground.
Oh my god. Huh?
So, hopefully you've noticed that there's water in this chamber. If you haven't, you're very unobservant. So the water towards that way gets to about 5 high or neck deep if you're intermediate. Fortunately, we've put in scaff bars.
Like rust, the water.
So we're going to be walking along the scaff bars, holding the chains. Just watch your fingers on the chains, and if we're all putting on the same chain, watch your fingers. If you feel like you're going to fall off, it is far better to step off and accept the soggy feet than it is to go for a dive and being full bottle wet.
Might as well just kept out the shoes on.
Corner swing now. This one's sorry.
Step up this way, guys, to your right hand side. Oh yeah, you're going to find yourself a bit soggy.
What do you do when you get wet gloves? Like,
Just keep them wet. If you keep this in your head, in a few hours' time, this wire will be on the other side of it. So it's quite nice just to, like, piecing it together in your head. Keep following me, no more chain now, so just use the ceiling, the pins in the ceiling and stuff. But you still continue on the scaff bar.
Here you go.
And they do that until they're up to here. At that point, they spin it around, and then it doesn't actually come out the hole, they're just chucking it in, and it's jumping out. Hence the name, jumper bar. When you've got a line of holes, you are then filling your holes with black powder. You're not using anything more explosive on a blow down the workplace. They just want to break the slate away. They're aiming for blocks the size of, like, the American kind of fridge freezers. Like big blocks like that, they can put on the wagons, take outside, cut them into the roofing tiles. And they wouldn't be doing this with a nice light on their head, standing on the ground like I have just shown you. They would actually be at what's called the working face. So those big slants we've seen, like on Goliath, and all those big slabs we've been looking at. Yeah, seen the slabs today? Yeah. They'd be up, one of them, roped around their waist, around their leg, on the slant, going at it like this way. And when they've got their pilot hole, so up to here, blowing the candle out just in the dark, not letting it out, just chucking it. It'd take about an hour to drill a foot, so not a particularly quick process. If you'll shine your lights on that wall, you can see the score marks. So somewhere in the world, there's a matching piece of roof slate with the same mark of that drill line. I think it's quite cool. I'm going to pass this round so you can have a feel for it. Don't do anything weird, don't like jump up by your toes off or anything.
Downhill, which makes it easier, and then those kids only have to push an unloaded cart back uphill. Once it got to the incline, they just hook the cable on it and they pull it up with like a steam winch at the top, which make things a lot easier.
yeah.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to head on along this tunnel for a few chambers. We'll stop and we'll move over there. So that's what it is.
There's a manual back there that goes.
Come to you, if I catch you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now on the bottom floor where we're going to go today. I don't know if me or Amelia have mentioned it before, but this whole mine that we've been in was full of water for 30 years. And the reason for that is the mine in here, Carmarthen, and the mine next door, Oakley, they had a big legal battle because of kind of like the dodgy practices in this mine, which were things like making those supporting walls between the chambers too thin and causing collapses, which affected them as well. So in 1884, there was actually like a really, really big collapse, and a lot of the walls fell in, and a big crack appeared in the mountain, and there was actually a lake on top of the mountain which then drained through the mine overnight.
Wow.
Yeah, so Oakley took them to court and they won, and in the end they decided it was a bit dangerous in here, so they shut everything off, and their idea was actually to flood the whole place so that the water pressure would support the walls and the ceiling. So they did that, and they left it for about 30 years and it worked fine. But then they started like wanting a bit more production of slate, so they thought, all right, maybe we can come in here and get some of what is left. So they did that, and in order to work it, they had to drain it out again. It was way too expensive to pump because there was so much water in here, but instead they had this idea of drilling a little hole into the bottom of the mine and just letting it drain into their mine and through their own drainage. So in order to do that, somebody had to take the job, and no one wanted it because it sounded absolutely crazy. So in the end they ended up getting a couple of French contractors in, and they came along and they drilled a hole about that big into where they thought the bottom of the mine was, and as soon as it poked through, they just ran away as fast as they could. And after that, it took 6 weeks to drain out. That was 1933, and since then this has all been dry. But if you'd been here any time between 1903 and 1933, we'd be swimming. Wow. So what we're going to do now, we have to go up to the next floor, and there's 2 routes we can do that. So we can split up here. The climb up here is a similar level to what we've been doing already, so if you've been just about comfortable in everything we've done so far, or if you find it a little bit challenging, go on this one. If you've found everything we've done so far fairly easy and you want a bit harder, then come with me and we'll go into the next room. You're not going to be missing out on anything, it's just the difficulty of the climb, and have a good think about it. So you don't end up, regretting it later. So anyone that wants to go with me, Leah's going to follow her across here.
Like a cheese. Can't.
Or you can do a double step, but that one's a bit slippery.
So use the rope. There we go. Stretch that left foot a bit further to the next hold. It's a bit reach, but you'll make it. That's it. Yeah, there you go. Nice one. You got it. There you go. Great. Pop your clips across there. So what I would do is move your left foot first again. Yeah, that's it. And reach it past the really slippery looking bit, just to the next bit. There you go, nice one. Do you want to come across? You got it, there you go. Nice one. And then move your clips across there for me. How's it going?
Good so far.
Hard work? Hard work?
Of course. After a long time.
Nice one. What was your name again, sorry?
Ashik.
Ashik, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, if you want to come up onto these steps here.
Sure. Oh, it's the slippery.
That's it. Bring that leg through. That's it. Just bring the right leg all the way through to the next bit, okay? Okay, that's it, yeah. And then you can just stick your bum on that wall for a minute if you want. There you go. Nice one. If you want to carry on, you're going to duck under to the other side. And then just reach your left foot across the big piece that sticks out down there.
This one.
Next one.
That one.
That one, yeah. Go on. Lean out a bit. Be bold. You've got it. Nice one. Good job.
Hardest trip ever.
Oh yeah, just follow that to the end. Then when you get in that chamber, just sit down all the way in there. Far better further up. So towards the edge, just put over a lot better.
No, anyone who doesn't need a wing, just wait there, yeah. right to the end, crouch down, go for it. Alright, come on forwards. And that's it, clip yourself. That's it. So hold on to those ropes, get yourself right to the end. You're going to crouch right down, Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah.
There we go. A bit more. There we go. And when you're ready, just lean off the edge.
Nice one. So same as earlier, trolley first. And then clip.
Oh, sorry. Onto this.
To get a good footage. You think this chamber is huge? We've been to chambers like the Goliath one. That's a huge chamber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not quite as big as the Goliath one. Yeah, it's a big chamber. It's not like those little ones, like when the lights out, so like empty chambers.
Yeah.
We're missing someone, aren't we?
Yeah, Johnson.
So we hope it's Johnson, not just Tim Monroe. Yeah. Thank you. All fixed. The hole on the left, so don't jump in it. Stays almost a particular height. So I can actually kind of make it a bit awkward for you. They're not complex figures, but close enough that that works. Just watch your tricks here. Depends. We can get across B4 in about 20 minutes, and then it's literally just the free fall. But it's always hard to predict how long the free fall takes. Sometimes you get it done really quick, because everyone just like gets so goes, oh, done. But sometimes I do not do that.
Well, that's what I was trying to work out. Is if you've got a free fall, how do we end up back where we started? We then have to climb
I
back up
see.
again?
Yes, we do. So
Okay.
B floor is the free falls on A, Yeah, I've heard about it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I haven't.
If you want to go the far side, I'll start them off like really slowly, and we can launch them from slightly higher and higher up, and you can see how they come in.
Okay. Get one hand for your clips, one hand for the rope.
Yeah, sure.
You can jog along the beam. If you do go along the top of the beam, just bear in mind that if you fall off to the right hand side and you're going very fast, there is a wall right there. So, if you're going to fall off, try and fall to the left and just don't sprint. Otherwise, you can take a technique which resembles already having fallen off, but cooler. Which I'll demonstrate for you now, and then if anyone wants to try and replicate it.
It's side running.
There's no way this will jump.
It's the side runner.
Nah, that'll be alright.
Wow. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Right. Really fun.
No pressure then. How many
That's
times
how you
did
do
it
it.
take to do that? Jesus, how the hell do you manage that?
So just lean left and run.
Lean left and run.
Yeah. Oh no, we recovered it at the end.
Wow.
Okay, off you go.
Nice one. It's difficult, isn't it?
It is big.
I did. I did a second try.
Hard to like maintain the speed.
It is, yeah. And your feet, just clip onto that rope there. Your feet are actually not doing that much because it's so slippery. Like, if you don't make it to the other side, all you need to do is grab onto the rope of shame and just pull yourself in.
Is that the rope of shame?
Indeed it is. Good eye. So what you're going to do on this one, like I said, it's a bit uphill, so you're really going to need to give it some welly as you go off the edge. And if you can make it across in one go, you will earn our admiration.
Starburst or something.
Oh yeah. Cool. So if you follow just the line of the rope with your eyes, you'll see a rusty metal ring in the right-hand side wall. See that? No.
It looks like this, one ring up here with these two rings. So you're looking for that kind of thing, but on the other side.
See the ring?
Oh yeah.
Follow the
On
wire.
the side wall.
Yeah, on the right hand
Yeah.
side of the wire.
If you can finger that ring, then then that is, that's pretty good. That's I'd say what 50-50.
It's a bronze.
Cool.
So we're that unlikely to get across then.
You've got a good chance of making
I'd say
the ring.
about 50% of people get across it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You got a
It's
50.
slightly uphill, isn't it?
It's just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can pass that ring and reach the Rod of Destiny just beyond, do you see it?
I think hard if you can get the ring today, though. Maybe a couple of people on the rod.
Right, are we all good?
Let's go.
Bloody hell. Right.
Oh, good smooth launch.
Not here.
All right. When you're ready, start running.
They,
Cool, start clipping.
Yep.
Okay, clear.
Start running.
That doesn't count. Go on, that's it. Keep pulling both hands. That's it. Pull, pull, pull. And now get both hands on the cable, spin around, get your feet on the wall. Do it.
Yo.
There we go. Excellent. There we go. Both hands on the cable now, and get your feet on the wall in front of you. That's it. So get your left hand on there. Spin around, face the wall.
Okay.
Left hand over here. That's it. Feet on the wall. And then you climb up. I'll put that on here. Okay. Pull and there you go. Nice one.
And you landed there directly.
Just about.
Yeah.
Nice one. Go ahead. Come on forwards. Nice one. Wait there a minute. Okay, so you can come right to the edge. That's it. Sit down. Legs up. There we go. I'm just going to make sure you're straight there. There we go. Legs up. There we go. Let's make sure you're straight. That's it. Just stay still there. Here we go.
Cool, so grab the wire here. I'm going to turn yourself around. So get your trolley off before you get too close to the wind.
Like you do for your ML.
What it is you'll be stood up on the platform at the top of the chamber. You'll be hooked onto the freefall machine, which is kind of like an auto belay, but a bit bouncier. And then you're going to step off the platform, you'll fall for a few metres, then it'll catch you and lower you down to the ground. So it is an optional part of the trip. If anyone really doesn't want to do it, you don't have to. If you are going to do it, you can't do it with your bags, so you'll need to give them to Amelia to carry around to the bottom. If anyone really doesn't want to do it, you can walk around with her and watch from the bottom as well. Excellent. Everyone happy?
When you say a few metres, how many metres? Well, tell us at the bottom.
Yeah, you'll find out.
All right, okay.
Gonna do. Take that. Give yourself a wedgie. Make the necessary adjustments.
Oh, it's already here.
Right, okay. Oh, that's right.
So both hands on the rope. There we go. And then hands a little bit to the side. That's it. And then when you're ready, go for it.
Take the step off.
Bye.
Oh, fuck. It feels further than it looks.
Right, you've got it. See, it's not actually that far the fall, but it really feels.
Feels it.
Yeah, it feels a long way. Climb down the ladder. Excellent. Go onto the large part of the platform for me here. There we go. So put your cowtails away. Cowtails away. Okay, take hold of that, both hands. Give yourself a wedgie. That's it. And when you're ready, just step over the edge. Go on, you got it. Wow.
Right, have you hung here? How'd you find that?
It was hell.
It was hell.
I mean, I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Where should I go?
Enjoy that.
Oh, of course.
Just step off. You can do it.
Just close your eyes and step.
Nice one. You made it. Oh, that's so scary. My knees are jelly.
Good job everyone for getting around. It's really hard work and it's quite psychological as well a little bit, so really well done everyone for doing it and for doing the harder bits as well. Even when I did warn you. So well done everyone for being up to that and completing it. All set for us to do now is go back to the room and we'll get the harnesses and helmets and whatever's back off you. When you give the harnesses back, just loosen the buckles all the way and then leave all the stuff under it.
We are going into the light.
Finally we made it. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so bright.
So much for my eyes.
Oh my.
This one goes straight through.
Oh, why is so bright? Oh.